haven't really come up with a title for these vlogs things, but sure, let's just roll with it. I've decided to change my approach to this. Instead of talking about one film, I'm going to talk about three. I've seen three films recently: The World's End, The Devil Wears Prada, and The Cabin in the Woods. So, The World's End, it is essentially, it's the third film in the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy after Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. There's this group of guys who used to hang out at school together, and they've gone their separate ways, they fell out, bad things happened, and then one of them, who's stuck in a rut, comes back and he tries to get them all back together to do the pub crawl that they never completed, just 12 pubs, and then a lot of shit goes down in terms of apocalypse. And it's really fun. It's hilarious. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's really intelligent as well. I think it's just, you have all these little references to other films, like not just Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, there's other film references in there and references to culture and just stuff, and it's so funny, it's so clever. The only thing I would say about it, you kind of have to just roll with it, like, just go with it. Like, you can't sit there and say, oh, this isn't plausible, that could never happen, that's ridiculous. I mean, I know that happens with a lot of films, like, I don't know, Star Wars, that doesn't happen, does it? Yeah, I would definitely watch it. I don't know if it's still at the cinema, but definitely get your hands on it, because it's really good. It's different, it's clever, it's funny. The Devil Wears Prada. I have always been a little sceptical about films like this that have, I don't know, a high-heeled shoe on the front cover, and I'm just like, oh, women's stuff. Great. Chick flick. Great. It's actually really clever. It was recommended to me by someone who watches a film a day and has seen pretty much every film in existence. And he said it was great and that I should watch it, and then later on that day it was on TV, so I thought, okay, let's give it a go. This film is about the fashion industry, magazine-ish, a girl. It's essentially Ugly Betty, and this girl comes in who's not really interested in fashion, she stands for her beliefs, and she's the new assistant for the editor-in-chief of a fashion magazine, and you know, it's all about her struggling with her new boss and being told what to do, and her morals, and she loses people because she puts the boss first, and she gets new clothes, and Emily Blunt's in it. It's a really nice story. I mean, there are bits where it's a bit traumatic because of people and emotions and, you know, the general chick flick sort of thing. But it's so good, and I found with this film I was really putting myself in Anne Hathaway's shoes. I was like, oh, okay, how would I deal with this situation? So it's good for that. The only thing is, it just reminded me of Ugly Betty quite a lot. It's not a bad thing, I guess, it just reminded me of Ugly Betty. And finally, The Cabin in the Woods. I didn't know anything about this. I thought it was just your standard horror film about a cabin in the woods. Apparently not. I got told by Callum that it was different. It's very postmodern, I come to understand. It's about a group of young people, obviously, that go to a cabin that's run by some company, and everything's set up, like, they don't kill them directly, but it's like they choose their own deaths. I don't know. It's basically like clever references to other horror films. So they reference, I don't know, Hellraiser or something else, I can't remember what else it was. It takes the conventions of horror and plays with them. So if you ever did media studies GCSE, you will know that horror films, you have the jock, the funny guy, the smart person, the whore and the virgin. You have all these codes and conventions, and it sort of plays with those. It is really interesting when you watch it because it's very mysterious. You're like, oh, what's going to happen? And oh, what does this mean? And oh, what is that? And I kept asking questions, and Callum was like, will you just watch it? My issue is without wanting to spoil anything. It is a bit far-fetched. I know I said this about The World's End, you just kind of have to roll with it, but this is... I don't know what to say. I was expecting a bit more. That's all I'm saying. But I would still watch it. It's... If I were you, go watch it. You've not seen it. It's a very good watch. A bit scary in places, and there are zombies which can't deal with. Give all of those films a good watch. I will hopefully post another triple thing. I need to think of a name for this because it's getting ridiculous. I'm just like, sup? And I will talk to you later.